This video is about installing Docker on Windows when a WSL2 environment has already been set up. So let's follow the instructions here. This is on docs.docker.com. Install Docker Desktop on Windows Home. I just downloaded the install executable from Docker Hub. And here are the requirements for Windows 10 Home. So let's go ahead and run the installer. And we're going to accept all the configuration defaults. And then we have to close and actually log out of our Windows session. And we see that Docker is automatically starting when we log back in. The Docker daemon that allows Docker to be run. Part of the installation allows Docker to be run from Windows without being the administrator as well. We'll skip the tutorial for now. Now, it is worthwhile to create a Docker ID. So I've logged into Docker Hub with my user ID. I've got no containers or apps and no images. So again, we installed Docker Desktop for Windows. Now I'm going to bring up Windows Terminal, which is a nice application. I have it configured so that it immediately brings up a Ubuntu terminal with Ubuntu colors. So now I did not install Docker in my Ubuntu WSL2 session, and yet if I search for it, we find it, and it looks like it's in a regular Linux location. However, if I do an ls-l, we see that it was actually a symbolic link over to the WSL mount. So in other words, Docker Desktop installed Docker, and I have access to it from my Ubuntu shell, but I didn't actually install Docker to my WSL2 shell. Now let's go ahead and just run a simple program, a simple container. Hello world. Unable to find the image, pulls it down and runs it. Obviously it's a pretty small image. And it says hello from Docker. This message shows that your installation appears to be working correctly. So now we have set up Docker for Windows and we're able to use it on the WSL2 session.